Today, President Biden awarded the Medal of Honor to 3 U.S. soldiers who fought in the wars in Afghanistan and in Iraq. 2 of those medals were awarded posthumously to Sergeants First Class Christopher Solis and also Alwyn Cash. Special Forces Master Sergeant Earl Plumley also honored at the White House ceremony today. Military Affairs correspondent Therese Garnier joining us live from Washington. And Therese, tell us about these 3 American heroes.
Well, as you mentioned, President Joe Biden has awarded the highest and most prestigious military decoration to 3 soldiers after they distinguished themselves while deployed in Afghanistan and Iraq.
The President of the United States of America.
Sergeant Alwyn Cash is the first African-American to receive the Medal of Honor since 9/11 after saving his men from a burning vehicle in Iraq. While deployed in 2005, the vehicle Sergeant Cash and his team were traveling in was struck by an IED. 6 of his teammates, including an interpreter, were trapped in a burning vehicle. He was able to get them all out while taking on enemy fire. He died a month later from burns he suffered on more than 70% of his body.
He insisted that his troops be evacuated before he would go. Later, at Brooke Army Medical Center in Texas, where he and other members of his team were taken for treatment, when he regained the ability to speak, his first thoughts were for his units. He asked, first thing, how are my boys? How are my boys? Alwyn Cash was a soldier, a warrior who literally walked through fire for his troops.
Sergeant First Class Christopher Solis lost his life while deployed in Afghanistan in 2018. He used his body as a shield to protect his team from enemy fire. As the medical helicopter took off with the wounded, he was shot. He then told pilots in a nearby aircraft to take off without him.
He put himself directly between the cockpit and the enemy, ensuring the aircraft could depart and sustaining what would prove to be a mortal wound. He knew he was hit, but he waited for the aircrew to depart without him. In the face of extreme danger, he placed the safety of his team and his crew above his own.
He later died of his injuries.
The President of the United States.
In 2013, Staff Sergeant Earl Plumley was on a deployment in Afghanistan when an explosion caused a breach in the wall of the military base where he was assigned. He and a few soldiers took on 10 suicide bombers, using a vehicle to create a shield from incoming fire. After exiting the vehicle, Plumley used his body as a shield as he engaged in a firefight with the insurgents. He continues to serve at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington State.
This recognition has been too long in coming, delayed for you and your family as well. And no one will ever forget how you sprang into action when the enemy attacked our base. I'm grateful for your continued service and dedication to the country.
The Medal of Honor was first authorized in 1861 for sailors and Marines, but since then, more than 3,400 Medals of Honor have been awarded to members of all the services. Back to you, Rob.
Just remarkable stories and uncommon selflessness. It's remarkable. And Therese, you're a veteran yourself. I wonder what goes through your mind when you sit through a ceremony like the one you saw today.
Well, I'm not going to lie. A little earlier, I did get very emotional, and I'm trying not to right now. Basically, when you serve in the military, you become a part of a brotherhood. So when something happens to one of us, we all feel it. So if they're injured or they're hurt, you personally feel it, even if you may not have known that person. And so for me, seeing this and the sacrifices that these men made, I mean, the number one thing that we're trained from basic training is that you put your service before self. You protect that man next to you, and you are willing to die for that man next to you. And as you can see with these 3 men, they literally put themselves in harm's way to protect others, and it's just beautiful. And so yeah, it can be very emotional, and it can also kind of give me flashbacks to my time when I was in the Air Force.
Absolutely. Thank you for your service, and not to mention those gentlemen honored rightfully today. Military Affairs correspondent and veteran Therese Garnier live in D.C. Coming up next for us on Newsy Reports.